Welcome to Modern Group of Institution. In today's video lecture, we will study about autonomic nervous system. The learning outcomes of this video lecture is student will able to describe sympathetic and parasympathetic outflow and its function. Let's the difference between sympathetic and parasympathetic division and able to explain adrenergic and cholinergic receptor. Now, basically, our nervous system is divided into two parts, that is central nervous system and peripheral nervous system. The peripheral nervous system is again divided into afferent division and efferent division. Afferent division consists of sensory nerves and efferent division consists of motor nerve. Efferent division again divided into two parts, that is somatic system and autonomic nervous system. The somatic system consists of voluntary nervous system and autonomic nervous system consists of involuntary nervous system. Now, the autonomic nervous system is basically divided into three types, that is sympathetic nervous system, parasympathetic nervous system and enteric nervous system. The sympathetic nervous system consists of thoracolumbar outflow and parasympathetic nervous system consists of craniosacral outflow, and enteric nervous system that is mainly related to the GIT, gastrointestinal tract. The sympathetic nervous system thoracic lumbar outflow, that it contains thoracic and lumbar region, that is T1 to L2 and L3 of the spinal cord. Whereas in the parasympathetic nervous system, it comes from brain stem, that it contains cranial nerve, third cranial nerve, seventh cranial nerve, ninth cranial nerve and 10th cranial nerve, and sacral spinal nerve, that is S2, S3 and S4. Now, as we know, in our spinal cord, spinal column totally made up of 33 bones, 7 cervical bone, 12 thoracic bone, 5 lumbar bone, 5 sacral bone and 4 coccygeal bone. Whereas our spinal nerve contains 31 pair of spinal nerve, that is 8 cervical nerve, 12 thoracic nerve, 5 lumbar nerve, 5 sacral nerve and 1 coccygeal nerve. As you can see in the diagram, that is 8 cervical nerve, 12 thoracic nerve, 5 lumbar nerve, 1 5 sacral nerve and 1 coccygeal nerve. Now, peripheral nervous system. Most of the nerves of the peripheral nervous system are composed of sensory nerve fiber, that is conveying afferent impulse from sensory end organ to the brain, that is toward the brain. Sensory nerve is always from a organ to the brain, whereas in motor nerve fiber convey the message from brain to the spinal cord to effector organ. So peripheral nervous system divided into two part, afferent division and efferent division. Afferent is sensory nerves, whereas efferent is motor nerve. Now, this efferent division or the motor division is divided into two, that is autonomic nervous, which is called involuntary, and somatic system, that is called voluntary system. Now, first of all, we briefly discuss about somatic nervous system. The somatic nervous system, it is in short form, it is called SNS or voluntary nervous system. It is a part of the peripheral nervous system. The somatic nervous system include both sensory and motor neurons, that is afferent nerve and efferent nerve. Sensory neurons convey input from the receptor of somatic sense, that is tactile, thermal, pain and proprioceptive sensation from all the receptor for the spatial sense, sight, hearing, taste, smell and equilibrium. Whereas now if we talk about the autonomic nervous system is involved of complex reflex activity. which depend on sensory input to the brain or spinal cord and on motor output. The majority of the organ of the body are supplied by sympathetic and parasympathetic nerve, which are the two part of autonomic nervous system, which always opposite effect of each other and finally balance the body or organ functions. The autonomic nervous system is a complex of various neurons mediated by internal homeostasis, which conscious intervention or voluntary control. Autonomic nervous system maintains blood pressure, regulate rate of breathing, influence digestion, urination, and modulate sexual arousal. There are two main branches to the autonomic nervous system, that is sympathetic nervous system and parasympathetic nervous system. The effect of autonomic control are rapid and essential for the homeostasis. Now, first we discuss about the sympathetic nervous system. The sympathetic nervous system is also termed as thoracolumbar system or thoracolumbar outflow. The sympathetic stimulation prepares the body to deal with exciting and stressful situation. That is, for example, strengthening its defense in danger. Sympathetic stimulation mobilize the body for fight or flight. That is, if a tiger come in front of you, you either fight or flight. Neuroconvince impulse from their origin in the hypothalamus, reticular formation, and medulla oblongata to effector organ and tissue. The first neuron has its cell body in the brain and its fiber extended into the spinal cord. The structure of sympathetic division: pathway from spinal cord to sympathetic trunk ganglia, organization of sympathetic trunk ganglia, pathway of sympathetic trunk ganglia to visceral effectors. Now you can see the sympathetic division. The sympathetic division, as we called as it, work on pre and post ganglion. The effect of sympathetic nervous system on eye, that is on iris muscle, it causes pupil dilated. While in the salivary gland and other gland, it decreases the secretion of the saliva. While in the heart, blood vessel vasoconstriction, and in heart, rate and force of contraction is increased. In trachea and bronchi, it causes bronchodilation. Liver, it causes glycogen glucose conversion is increased. In stomach, peristaltic movement is reduced. Sphincter are closed. In intestine, peristaltic and tone decrease, vasoconstriction. In kidney, urine secretion decrease. Bladder, urinary bladder, smooth muscles wall relax, sphincter closed. In sex organ, generally vasoconstriction. These are the functions of all the sympathetic division. The main neurotransmitter responsible for the sympathetic division is adrenaline and noradrenaline. Sympathetic division, we also called as 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 we previously talked that the sympathetic neurotransmission is also known as thoracocolumnar system, and the effect of this is on iris muscle, salivary gland, blood vessels in heart, trachea, bronchi, liver, stomach, intestine, kidney, bladder, and sex organ. Now, parasympathetic nervous system. Parasympathetic nervous system is also called as craniosacral outflow or craniosacral nervous system. The parasympathetic stimulation has a tendency to slow down the body process. It always slow down the process of body except in digestion and absorption of food, the function of gastrourinary system. It is also called peacemaker, or it is also called as rest and response. Cell body in the parasympathetic nervous system, preganglionic neurons are found in nuclei and in the brain stem. The structural division of parasympathetic nervous system, it is cranial parasympathetic outflow that consists of preganglionic axon that extend from the brain stem in fourth cranial nerve. The cranial outflow of four pair of ganglia and ganglia associated with the vagus nerve, that is the 10th nerve. The sacral parasympathetic outflow consists of preganglionic axon in anterior root of second through fourth and sacral spinal nerves. As you can see in the diagram, what is the effect of parasympathetic nervous system on different organ? If we talk about the iris muscle, this pupil is constricted. Here, the salivary secretion increases. Heart rate and rate of contraction is decreased. In the trachea, it causes bronchoconstriction. In liver, blood vessel dilated, secretion of bile increased. In stomach, secretion of gastric juice, peristaltic movement increase. In intestine, digestion and absorption increase. In kidney, urine secretion increase. In urinary bladder, muscles of wall contracted, sphincter relaxed. Sex organ, in male erection and female variable. Generally, the effect of the parasympathetic nervous system and sympathetic nervous system are always opposite, and it is due to this mechanism they always try to maintain the body homeostasis. As you can see in the diagram, one side is parasympathetic nervous system and another side is the sympathetic nervous system. In the parasympathetic nervous system, the pupil of the eye is constrict, whereas the pupil of the eye dilates. In stimulation and saliva and tear production, inhibit salivary production. Constrict bronchi, it dilate bronchi. It slows the heart rate, it increases the heart rate. It stimulates the ephedrine and norepinephrine release, whereas it has no effect on adrenal gland. It stimulates stomach, pancreas, and intestine. It stimulates glucose release. Stimulate urination. It inhibit urination. It promote erection of genitals. It promote ejaculation and vaginal contraction. So 99% this parasympathetic nervous system and sympathetic nervous system, they both work opposite to each other and they help in maintaining the homeostasis of the body. Now, what are autonomic motor pathway? Each division in the autonomic pathway has two motor neuron. One is preganglionic neuron and another one is postganglionic neuron. The preganglionic neuron in the sympathetic division, that is thoracolumbar division or thoracolumbar outflow, the preganglionic neuron have their cell body in the lateral horn of the gray matter in the 12 thoracic segment and first two lumbar segment of the spinal cord. In the parasympathetic division, that is we know as craniosacral division or craniosacral outflow, the preganglionic neuron have their cell body in the nuclei of four cranial nerve in the brain, that is the third cranial nerve, seventh cranial nerve, ninth cranial nerve, and 10th cranial nerve, and lateral gray matter of the second through fourth sacral segment of the spinal cord. Now, preganglionic neurons, autonomic ganglia. There are two major group of autonomic ganglia. One is sympathetic ganglia, another one is parasympathetic ganglia. The sympathetic ganglia are the site of synapse between sympathetic pre-ganglionic and post-ganglionic neuron. The two major type of sympathetic ganglia are sympathetic trunk ganglia, also called vertebral chain ganglia or paravertebral ganglia, and another one is prevertebral ganglia, that is collateral. Five type of prevertebral ganglia: celiac ganglion, superior mesenteric ganglion, inferior mesenteric ganglion, renal ganglion, and renal ganglion. And the two major type of autonomic ganglia, the another one is parasympathetic ganglia, the preganglionic axon of parasympathetic division synapse with postganglionic neurons in terminal ganglia. They are ciliary ganglion, pteropalatine ganglion, submandibular ganglion, and optic ganglion. Then what is postganglionic ganglion? Once axon of the sympathetic preganglion neurons pass sympathetic trunk ganglia, they may connect to the postganglionic neuron. A single sympathetic preganglionic fiber, many axon collateral, and may synapse with 20 or more postganglionic ganglion. As you can see in the diagram, these are the dendrite covered with dendrite spines, cell body, axon, collateral, neuron, nucleus, axon, node of Ranvier, Schwann cell, synaptical terminals, cytoplasm of Schwann cells, nucleus, and myelin sheath. Axons of the preganglionic neuron of the parasympathetic division pass to terminal ganglia or within the visceral effector. In the ganglia, the presynaptic neuron usually synapses with 4 or 5 postsynaptic neurons, all of which supply a single visceral effector, allowing parasympathetic response or to be localized to a single effector. Now, what are autonomic receptors? In autonomic nervous system, as we know, parasympathetic nervous system and sympathetic nervous system is involved. The receptor of the parasympathetic nervous system are two types of receptor, that is nicotinic receptor and muscarinic receptor. The nicotinic receptor is further classified into NN and NM, and muscarinic receptor is further classified into M1, M2, M3, M4, and M5. Whereas in sympathetic nervous system, two types of receptor, alpha adrenergic receptor and beta adrenergic receptor. Alpha adrenergic receptor is further classified into alpha 1 and alpha 2, and beta adrenergic receptor is further classified into beta 1, beta 2, and beta 3. Now, as you can see in the diagram about the preganglionic neuron, preganglionic neuron is always myelinated. It contains myelin sheath, and our postganglionic neuron, it does not contain any myelin sheath. It is adrenergic effector cell, that is NE, that is norepinephrine, postganglionic neuron releasing the norepinephrine, and this norepinephrine binding to the receptor of adrenergic receptor, and effect is given at the effector cell. And this is the nicotinic receptors. As you can say in the as you can say in the receptor, this you can say acetylcholine receptor. Now, nicotinic receptor, again, same type of receptor contains the, again, same type of neuron. Preganglionic does not, preganglionic consists of myelin sheath, and postganglionic does not contain myelin sheath. Comparison of somatic and autonomic motor neurons. Somatic, that is, as we know, voluntary effect, striated muscle. It is involuntary effectors, smooth muscle, cardiac muscle, and glands. Single motor neuron from the spinal cord to the target set. Usually two neurons with synapse between from spinal cord and the target organ, that is the pre-ganglionic and post-ganglionic. Neurotransmitter always stimulatory. Neurotransmitter may be stimulatory and inhibitory. Acetylcholine release at synapse. Acetylcholine and non-epinephrine release at synapse. No firing at rest. Baseline firing speed up the stimulation. Effector at rest is flaccid. Effector at rest and has a intrinsic tune. Now, if we compare about the somatic and autonomic nervous neuron, somatic neuron, a single neuron is there which produce effect directly on the effector cell. Whereas here we have in the autonomic system, we have the preganglionic neuron and the postganglionic neuron, autonomic ganglia, two neuron. The preganglionic neuron is covered with myelin sheet, whereas postganglionic sheet is not covered with the myelin sheet. Then in the somatic nervous system, the effector cell is always skeleton muscle. Either here the effector cell either maybe gland, cardiac muscle, smooth muscles. Then another the spinal cord stimulate acetylcholine adrenal medulla by the help of sympathetic preganglionic neurons. Then the chromaffin cells of the uh, adrenal gland release epinephrine and norepinephrine, which effect on blood vessels. So again, two neurons are involved in this parasympathetic presynaptic presynaptic preganglionic neuron myelinated, then autonomic ganglia that is unmyelinated, and effector gland, cardiac muscle, and smooth muscle. So these are the major difference between the somatic and the autonomic nervous systems. Thank you very much.